Sammy Baugh, though 36 years old and with 15 seasons of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the new alias released for the team today and other news from the week, but mostly that. Live with Aaron and John. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, y'all?
What is up, comrade?
Excellent.
Welcome, everybody. Harry Hog Football, episode number 546. And I know a lot of you guys were lighting up the Discord room today with your opinions, mostly favorable about the team, the direction of the team name. Sorry, I'm sorry. Who am I? Jason Wright? Jason Wright? No, they weren't mostly favorable. They weren't mostly favorable at all. But we're going to go through it and give you guys a chance to sound off. If you go into the Discord room, for those of you watching on YouTube, you can get there at discord.gg/5. The easy way. tinyurl.com/HarryHF will get you to our Discord room. Make sure you have earphones. Make sure you have, a mic, and mute yourself and come into the room, and then, I don't know, you'll raise your hand digitally or something, and we'll bring you on. Object.
Dudes, I'm ready. Got to get on here. I gotta complain. I don't hate the name. I don't.
Okay.
It's generic. You were telling me, I was talking to you on the phone, like on and off today, and you were just like, it's the Jets, it's the Giants, it's the Eagles, it's the Cardinals, it's the Ravens, it's the Commanders, it's the Raiders, it's the Chargers, it's the Broncos. By the way, the Broncos are for sale, $4 billion. How much do you think this team's gonna? $4 billion for the Broncos right now.
Dude, I think when Dan Snyder bought it, it was around $800 million. It was
like $800 million, and the first dude couldn't afford it. Oh man, but I think that check for Jeff Bezos is now up to $6 billion.
He could afford the team. He can afford the team
so much he's going to afford buying a team in London. Which means we're going to be stuck with Dan Snyder forever. You guys may have noticed I wore my Redskins 20th anniversary, 70th anniversary, 20th at Darryl Green, 7th anniversary of the team. Don't want to lose my focus on everything that's going on here with the history of the team, which apparently Jason Wright was all about the history of the team. We don't want to forget all these like old guys and the championships and the Super Bowls and everything. And every single player they talk to today is just like, they look like they're depressed because their dog died. And they sound like it too. Starting with Doug Williams when he was on the Today Show. That being said, I don't hate the name.
All right. I have to say, I talked to the people in the Discord room today more about this than I spoke with you. I don't know if you were really busy today or you were like processing the news or...
I was doing both. I mean, I was reading through it. I just didn't have much to say. I don't know. What do you think is the first thing we should talk about here, other than the fact that they locked up the name Commanders before they even started? Like, it was like 6 hours before they put out the press that they were going to get rid of Redskins as the name.
Is that the timeline? I didn't put two and two together. I just saw it was in 2020. So it was before.
It was like right the day before they got rid of the Redskins name. They went and locked up a bunch of names like the Commanders. And I assume they locked up other ones. I don't think it's just Commanders, because some people are like, they were going to be the Commanders the whole time. Maybe. But I have a feeling like, I don't know. I read the article in ESPN today from John Kime, who does really good work, I think. And he said that there were two names that were really, really big other than the Commanders. One was Red Wolves. And of course, they didn't want to have to ever fight with the Minnesota Timberwolves, even though there's like wolf mascots everywhere. They didn't want a wolf mascot because they're already in other sports. All right. They also said, I'm going to have to look this up. I think they also were seriously trying to get to it right now. They seriously talked about, what was it? It wasn't the, what's the other one? It was a really, really weird one that even it was DCFC.
Yeah. I remember them mentioning that a long time ago.
And they really, really wanted to have DC Football Club or the Red Wolves. Those were the two like leaders in the clubhouse, and they didn't get the Red Wolves. We already talked about that ad nauseum. DCFC was owned by Detroit City Football Club, and they had burgundy and gold as their letters or their colors. So if the Redskins were going to buy that name from them, they were going to have to give them all new uniforms. It would cost them like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh, yeah, because they had to rebrand that. They would have had to rebrand
thousands of dollars.
Two teams, rebranding two teams, basically. But since the Commanders was a dead AFL team, I don't know if they whoa, my camera just went out. You see that? Uh-oh. Can you still hear me?
Yep, I got you. No, you're frozen. I can hear you, but you're frozen on there. You look like a...
Yeah, I've been having trouble. Remember, I got this new microphone set up because I broke my jack, and maybe it's like wreaking havoc on things.
That's right.
Let me try to, I don't know, reset my camera somehow. I don't even know how to do that.
I think if you get the, I think if you reset it, it may work. Green Bearded Dragon, I'm trying to get what he said in here. Didn't get the Euro until September 2021.
What?
Yeah. DCFC, Detroit City FC, would have had to buy new uniforms, $100,000, but apparently they didn't want to spend that and have to rebrand their name. I remember things very recently, like the Cleveland Indians, who decided to be Guardians, and they had to buy out the Cleveland Guardians female roller derby team, which probably cost them thousands of dollars before they did that. So I don't understand why we didn't do that. But you know what? Whatever. Again, it's Commanders. Dude, we need to start hashtag Go Commando.
That's Commando.
It. Hashtag Go Commando. Hashtag Go Commando right there in our Discord.
We started. Dude, I don't know how to fix my camera, so for the rest of the podcast, it's just going to be that still shot. You know, like when they're interviewing on CNN and the reporter is behind city lines or what have you.
You look a little bit, you don't look anything like him, but the pose on your face was, I was flipping through the channels over the weekend, and like all the last 3, 7, 8, 9 Star Wars movies are on. Yeah. On 550 on TNT or USA or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And you look like the old man Luke Skywalker with your hair and your beard. Like old man on the island. You're like,
man, shut up. We got
shut up.
Shannon Novska, Aaron reporting live from the Gulag at Raljan Mir. It's a sad day. Dude, all right, where do we want to start? In the beginning of the timeline from today?
Well, the first thing is that the most recent thing is that now until like FedEx Field closes, until the Redskins / Washington football team / Commanders leaves, that place is going to be the Gulag until it dies. After we leave, there's still going to be the Gulag. It's going to be like, I don't know. It's going to, it's just nice, not a nice area.
Dude, that place sucks. All right. Yep. Here's a funny thing.
That's why we stayed at a hotel near there once.
Oh. Yeah, we stayed at that hotel
in the lobby.
We're like, we're gonna go next door to this convenience. The guy in the lobby was like, "Where are you guys going?" And we're like, "We're gonna go next door to the convenience store to get some beverages." And he was like, "You're driving, aren't you?" Remember that?
Yeah. He told us that we needed to drive to get there. We're like, no, we're just gonna walk down the road, right? It's like right down the road. We can see it from here. He's like,
We ended up walking anyway, but still.
We ended up walking anyway. It was fine.
We're like, dude, we've worked in Crown Heights.
I know, right? We've worked around Brooklyn, yo.
Speaking of Brooklyn, this is hilarious. My friend Jason Cook, who lives in New York, and I guess he's a Giants fan. I haven't really talked to him about that, but he's lived in New York for like, I don't know, 30 years probably.
Oh yeah.
He
really?
just at 6:48 he texted me. Is there a podcast I should be listening to hear your comments on the Commanders? Because that's the only take I'm interested in. So he could be on here. So I'm not sure about that.
Well,
anyway.
There's so many things we could talk about on here. I mean, obviously the whole commies thing, and most people are using stuff from the USSR, from Soviet Russia and all that stuff from back in the days, which is kind of funny. Even though you and I are children of the late end of the Cold War, so we did, growing up in Virginia Beach, we had a Navy base here and a Navy jet base here on the other side of it. So I mean, in the Cold War, if anything went hot, our rear ends would have been sitting ducks. But
all right. So let's try to, since we have a lot to, as they would say, unpack. Let's try to compartmentalize this. So
okay,
we've got the stuff leading up to today. Let's start like a few days back when Joe Theismann apparently let the cat out of the bag on national radio show.
I guess I'm not sure if it wasn't really kind of planned at that point, to be honest with you, because there were so many things that were coming out with Commanders. You texted me the other day and you were like, did you see the piece of paper on Jason Wright's lap with Commander stuff on it? And I said, yeah, that's been out for a long time. But the early shots had that stuff muted out. And then the recent shots, which may have actually been earlier shots, were the pictures with the Commanders on it. So I don't know. Maybe it was a whole lot of subterfuge and we didn't know. Or maybe we were just, I don't know. I think a lot of people were just really hoping it was going to be something a little bit more creative.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I can say about that is once that happened, I was like, the team is not smart enough to throw this kind of shade at the fans. They're just too dumb. It's not like they were like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make everyone think it's the Commanders and then pleasantly surprise them that it's not.
It's like Red Wolves. Wow, it'll be awesome. Nope, it's Commanders the whole way.
All right, yeah. So there was that leak, and then there was that ghetto-looking thing they had out in front of the stadium with one security guard, and they had like black sheets covering it over. Before that was yesterday evening. The guy from like the local news station was like in his helicopter, like filming through the windows. He was like, "Well, I figured out because they got a big sign that says Commanders in their shop right now." They didn't think we would come from the sky to figure it out. He was
Apparently
probably like,
taped them over after it was online.
Dude, we forgot about the news helicopters. They're such idiots, dude. They're such idiots. Anyway, okay. And then this morning, all right, so fast forward to this morning. After I saw that news helicopter thing, I was like, yeah, that's what it is.
That's what I texted that to you there. I was like, that this is 100%.
Yeah.
Commanders at this point.
So because they'd already shown like people with the merchandise in that shop, like, the shop store people, they're like, we're gonna leak this out as soon as they saw it. They did.
Oh yeah, there was actually stuff on Twitter of a guy pulling a t-shirt out of a box.
Yeah, that cheesy one
Yeah.
where the DC Commanders with the Washington Monument off center, and then like the Capitol building. Yeah, so that was lame. Everything about that shirt, for whatever reason, just reminds me of a tequila sunrise with like the orange juice and the grenadine mixing in a gradient. Tequila sunrise, the official beverage of the commies.
Don't know the lines.
Look at Shane.
I mean,
Shandy says, this team honored Sean Taylor by taking pictures with his family in front of the porta potties. So they're smart enough to pull off some huge misdirection. Yes. Speaking of, we promised everyone that they would get their say in right here. So we're going to break this down. And we've got we got about 6 or so people waiting on the live podcast room. So I think the first item that we want to get information on is the name itself. And how they feel about the name, and try not to take more. What?
Hold on, I think there's some stuff we want to talk about first before we go into it. Like the logo, the Commanders logo that says 1983, 1980.
Okay, yes. Let's.
So we'll 1992.
Yeah, I think you're right. We'll talk. We'll say our spiel and then open up the digital phone line, I guess. As long as my computer can handle it, because apparently something's. Well, I did plug in a new USB, what's it called, hub this week with the camera into that, so maybe that wasn't a good plan. So I'll try to figure that out for next week. All right. All right, let's talk about more stuff. Yes, there's the thing. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of it and get it on here.
The weird plate thing.
The new crest, Washington. What is it? Commanders.com now? Or can I just still go to Redskins.com?
Yeah, it's Commanders.com now.
Okay. Redskins.com still works, FYI. As does HarryHugFootball.com. So,
and again, Commanders. There's no other team named the Commanders now. So it's no other competition. For people in the military, Commanders is only a rank in the Navy Commanders. They don't use it in other branches in America, but a commander of a base, blah, 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 an Air Force base or something like that. You can use that term as well, but the only one that there's really a commander of, a person that rank as commander, is the Navy.
Okay, well,
apparently a lot of people had trouble with that. I was just like, so it's military. Who cares? It's just one.
Yeah, but commander is pretty generic towards anyone that's in command, right?
Yeah. Commander Allen.
I'm trying to find images. Washington Commanders images. This should not be hard to find. Washington.
Just go to their website, commanders.com, and scroll down below the Park and Party, because that's happening on Friday.
Are you going to that, dude?
No.
All right, hold on. I found it.
0%.
Here, visit. Here, go to that. Go to that image. Oh my gosh. All right. Every time I click, oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to bring up the images. Here, I'm bringing up the images. Let's see.
Oh yeah, could be talking about the president as well. Could be talking about the president's dog. He's got a German Shepherd named Commander.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. I got this thing at the bottom. There it is. All right, so this is what I'm talking about right here. If you guys can see this, I think you can. I can't see John now, though. It's all jacked up on you, too. So, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead.
No.
I'm going to go ahead and pull this up over your face. All right. So here's what we have. So it says, and this is what we were questioning, 1932, which I guess that's when the team was created, but that was in Boston, right? 32 is Boston.
Yes.
And they came to Washington in 33, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they came to Washington in 1937. They changed their name in 1933.
Okay, because we were the Boston Braves.
And we changed it to the Boston Redskins. And in 1937, they moved to Washington, D.C., changed the Washington Redskins, won the first championship with Sling and Sammy Ball.
Thank you.
Inaugural member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yes, that's what happened. Okay, so next. In this logo here, we're breaking it down by quadrant or however. All right, so the outer ring, 1937 was the first championship. 1942 was the second championship. We're good with that, right?
Yeah.
We're good with both of those.
Yeah.
Then you get to 1983, 1988, and 1992. We won the championships for the 1982 87, and 91 seasons, but they put the date of the actual Super Bowl on there, so it's confusing everyone in the entire football world because everyone puts the date based on the season they won the championship for, not the date that the actual game was played. Am I on point with that?
We won our first Super Bowl in the 1982 season.
Yes.
100%. 100%.
So
what does that tell you?
What idiot put this together?
Logo, Aaron?
A
Was this a
millennial.
football person that designed this logo?
It was a marketing hipster that designed this logo, dude, and looked on Google of what year we won the Super Bowl. That's what happened. It was not a football person. But what saddens me even more is that football people didn't look at it and be like, the people that actually played in these games didn't look at it and say, no, we really want it for the 82 season. We really want it for the 87 season. We really want it for the 91 season.
In the end zones at FedEx, at the Gulag, FedEx Field, it says 1982, 1987, 1991. The people who designed this are freaking morons.
They're morons, but...
It says it right in the end zones.
Yeah, it says it in the end. I will give them this, though. I will give them this. In the one that you saw on, what's his face? Jason Wright's leg, it had the People's Team.
People's Team or something on it? Yeah. They
People's
cut
Team.
that piece.
So I've seen this go two ways online. First way is people thought that the People's Team went all in with the whole commies thing, because People's Team sounds like straight out of China.
Yep.
So maybe they took it off for that, because, last night I was sending out pleading tweets like, do not name it the Commanders. You're going to be called the Commies. Our colors are yellow and red. And they are red now, thanks to one of the uniforms. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But, so where was I? Yes. So at least they took the People's Team off of here.
I bet they put that on because the whole People's Corner thing.
Well, that was lame. So that
was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a thing that was like a fan-led movement. It wasn't like the team dictating like, this is what we're going to call it.
They were trying to take something from the fans other than our money.
Yeah. So, okay. So back to this. Sorry. This is actually kind of freeing that I just have like a proxy image up there, because I can just like not pay attention to, Okay. So back to where I was. Okay. So the other take on that I heard in the Peanut Gallery was that he was trying to keep up with Jerry Jones because they have America's Team and he wanted the People's Team.
I guess I could see that if it's true.
Yeah, I could see that too.
I can see that. I mean, Dan Snyder's best friend is probably Jerry Jones.
And his son.
And his son.
Did you know that his son has like an official capacity now at the league? I mean, at the team.
I thought his son, the same, went to that same like whatever high school with Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah. So anyway, so that is our take on whatever you would call this thing, a crest. It's slightly Yeah, it's slightly different than the crest that on the shoulder. See, here's the shoulder crest on the Steelers jerseys.
We need to talk about those jerseys.
I don't mind this crest on the shoulder. I think that one's actually kind of cool. I can go with that.
Yeah, without the dates around it. Without the incorrect dates around it.
Well, they're like, well, what are we going to put in this quadrant? What are we going to put in this quadrant? 19. We can't think of anything else. So let's just put 19 in that quadrant and 32 down in that bottom quadrant. Oh, yeah, that sounds awesome.
And then, it looks kind of like a soccer logo in a way.
So they probably combine the whole
American football.
The people that wanted like DCFC, that was probably their influence on the uniform.
I guess so.
Okay. Three-Pete is pulling up a good question here. Why does nothing match or have anything similar? Well, again, that's a Jerry Jones thing.
Are you talking about the jerseys? Let's talk about the jerseys.
Here we go. Here's one that shows three of them.
Let's talk about
can I make
the
that
jerseys, including Terry McLaurin looking like he's doing like the dab dance. Or the mannequin of Terry McLaurin looking like he's doing the dab dance.
Yeah. How do I scroll?
Well, I mean, the burgundy and gold one that Terry McLaurin's wearing with the W on the helmet, I'm cool with that all in all. It's not bad. The white one looks like it's from the Gamecocks, the University of South Carolina, and the black and yellow one looks exactly like you'd expect it to. It looks exactly like a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform.
Yeah. So
it's got that teeny tiny little burgundy outline around the yellow letters and numbers, and the white one, the black one. I like the black jerseys. I do like the black jerseys. I know that's been a thing lately, like the last few years, bringing in black jerseys for your team. I kind of like that a lot, but you can't make them look like Pittsburgh Steelers. You got to put more burgundy on that thing, man. Come on.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I like the black jerseys the best. Unfortunately, they're probably the ones that are going to be worn the least. You know, because that's the alternate jersey or whatever. What do they call them? Like the rush jerseys or something.
Well, I don't think they make those anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, they're the alternate jerseys, so I don't know when we're going to wear them. But here's I liked them, but there's something on every single piece of the uniform that for me, not that I'm a fashion designer or anything, but for me, they messed up. Are you trying to say
you're not a fashionista?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's what I have to say. I'm along with you on it. If you're gonna do the black jerseys, make the numbers burgundy.
Yeah.
With maybe a little gold trim on the outside of it. Make the numbers on the helmet burgundy.
Yeah, yeah.
And get rid of that dumb W on the front.
Maybe, yeah, the dumb W on the front. The W, anything on the front and center of your helmet is going to get the crap beat out of it in every game. That's a bad place to put your logo. Yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't know if if maybe the burgundy just didn't look well or blended into the black too much, but that uniform definitely needs tweaking. I like I do like the black uniform though.
Yeah, I mean, it could be something we don't know about. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt for once that
they don't even have a mascot yet.
I know, but the league might say like it has to be contrasting more. You know, like if they send them one with the burgundy, they could have been like it doesn't contrast enough for the refs to see the numbers. The people that went to the store at Raleigh John, Maryland, at the stadium today, could not buy jerseys because the jerseys are not available. So it's very, very likely that they're going to get tweaked. So what did they get? Imagine. Nothing. They got those Tequila Sunrise shirts.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone wants to get to the most hated. Let's talk about the burgundy ones first. They're okay, except for this giant Commanders thing about above the number that should have been, I don't know, 90% smaller, like the same size as like Washington on our jerseys now.
I think it will be eventually, but it's the first year for the name, so they want the name to be big.
Oh, okay.
It's not as big as like the word Browns on the Browns jerseys, where it says Browns everywhere, but it's pretty big.
Okay, yeah, so
Browns.
I mean, if it wasn't for that Commanders thing, the burgundy jerseys I would have been completely fine with. If it wasn't for that. If it didn't have the big Commanders. Except I don't like the number stencil thing, but they said that's like a military thing, like they stencil their gear.
I love the stencil stuff because it's a military thing.
Okay.
As a matter of fact. But, you know, I also really wanted the Warthogs, and I wanted the airplane on the side with the humongous cannon in the front, those big engines on the back. I wanted all that. I'm very disappointed we didn't get that.
Yeah, I mean, and before we let the other guys in here, like, what did we have another? Yeah. Oh, we have to talk about the white jersey. Oh my gosh, this is by far the
University
worst
of South Carolina's Gamecock jersey that needs to change.
That's
got to be. They said that Tanya Snyder had some input on the jerseys. I can imagine she probably had an input on the white one because number one, it's not burgundy and it's not gold, it's white, and it's like, and it's got one of the, you know, in like the XFL and stuff like that have been around, and some college teams, the numbers have had like the different gradient of color, like dark color at the bottom and going up to like light color at the top and stuff like that. That's what the letters on the white jerseys have, and it looks crappy. That looks like an expansion team.
Hold on, all right, I'm figuring this out.
What a mess.
I want to be able to see the picture up here. Hold on.
Like here, Chase Young, that's a good picture of it.
I know. I'm trying to.
Oh, okay.
And I have no idea what's wrong with your camera angle.
What happened?
It's like your shoulder. Anyway, so here it is. There, we got the picture that I wanted to see.
All right.
Let's blow it up here. All right. Let's break this down. The Washington, I'm fine with that. The white, I'm fine
Washington
with.
is fine.
What is the black? That's not our color, maroon and black. Jim Zorn?
It looks like the South Carolina Gamecocks jersey, exactly like the South Carolina jerseys, except for the Washington, like with the gradient numbers and everything, the black, everything.
But it looks
that jersey
red.
Needs to change.
It looks red.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's exactly what it looks like. I agree 100%.
Is there any burgundy on it anywhere?
No.
I mean, any gold? Any gold?
Oh no. Well, neither one.
Yeah. So
it's
this
white and crimson.
That needs to go. That needs to go. I mean, I saw a tweet today. Someone had this jersey and then had the same thing next to it that he put it into Photoshop for 2 seconds and changed the colors to burgundy and gold, and it looked fine.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's what we need to do.
Sean the Six says cardinal red is what it resembles, and yes, you're right.
It does look a lot like cardinal red and black. That's a good pro football analogy.
In my opinion, this is the worst piece of the gear, right here.
I hate that red.
Yeah,
I hate that red for us. Mostly because it's not burgundy or maroon.
Yeah, not at all. So that's the take. Let me go back to our other scene here. So that's the take, my take on that. And I think we're pretty much in agreement, even though we didn't really discuss it beforehand. But we got to try to figure out a way to keep this reeled in. So we'll go down the line in the gallery, and let's hear your take on. I'll just give you a minute each. How about that, to talk about it?
Sounds like a plan. Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens after that. A minute to start. It's like we need what is the thing in debate? What is the thing? The rules of meetings or whatever. Someone's rules. I forget what it's called. All right, so I think if three-peat...
Queensberry rules?
we'll start with three-peat at the top here. Three-peat, if you're ready, Robert's rules. All right, say you're ready, three-peat, and we will bring you in. All right, I think he's ready, so let's see. Three-peat, are you on? Hello?
Not yet.
He should be on.
I do have to say, with the Letterman jacket that everyone was wearing, those look pretty good, and those were like nice and burgundy, dark gray. Those are really like maroon and gold. I like those a lot.
Mm-hmm. Dude, this is good.
One though.
This is good. All right, so
I'm not in high school.
I don't know why I can't hear three-peat.
Yeah, man, I can't hear him either.
This isn't good. Because I see him like talking on there. And he's not coming through. And I don't have him muted.
Oh.
Wait, did you hear him?
I did not. But Sean the Fourth says he can hear him.
Sean can hear him. He's just not piping through for some reason. What the heck? You know, I should have tested this. Oh, people are going to be so mad if I can't. You can't hear him either, right?
No, I can't hear him either.
All right. Keep talking, John. I'm not giving up on this. I'm going to try to get the sound out of here. So keep talking. All
right. So one thing we have not talked about yet, I talked about it for a second, is that we don't have a mascot. I mean, we're the Commanders. Guys, commanding things. Command this, command that. We need like a real mascot. Now, I know that one of the Biden granddaughters was like saying that their dog Commander could be the new NFL mascot, and that's cool. But that's not what I want. I want a hog. I want a big red hog driving a tank around the edges of the field. They could shoot shirts out of the cannon if they want to do kind of that kind of thing. But I want a hog and a cannon or in a tank, and I want him to be like, oh yeah, like the I don't know. Tampa Bay's got that when you see it, a lot smaller pirate ship than you think it's going to be, but it's a pirate ship in the end zone. We need to put like stuff like that in the end zone of our new place.
Yeah, dude. All right, I think I got him.
Like a pig, like a hog driving a tank.
I think I got him. Are you on now?
All right.
Three-peat.
Am I on now?
I fixed it.
There he is.
Yeah, he's on. All right.
Right.
All right, dude.
Real quick, because I got to go back to work here in about like 10 minutes.
You got one.
So, yeah, very, very disappointed in the name. I mean, I wouldn't like any name. I was always a stickler for just keeping the Redskins. But, I mean, out of all the names they could choose, it almost feels like this is like somehow every time there was like a list coming out, but this is always one of the last names that anyone would like. And it kept going farther and farther up on like the list as the list got shorter and shorter. And I couldn't figure out why. But now that we all know that, apparently they had it down to technically 3 names from the get-go, it just makes it realize that they were trying to do like some kind of weird media blitz and like get us all behind the name. And they spent the whole 2 years basically trying to do that instead of trying to get the name that, by the way, the fans wanted. I mean, you had 2 years of like social media, like polling and stuff that you knew what the fans wanted, but instead of using that to decide what to do, you instead try to use social media and all this stuff for 2 years to try to force us to like what you want us to like. Basically demanding us to get on board with what you wanted instead of following what the fans wanted.
Aaron, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I was about to say I thought I was about to say I've lost everybody, but I've got you back, but I lost him.
Oh, you can't hear him? Are you still?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, it's just very disappointing in general. And it's disappointing the leaks and then how it rolled out. And people are saying, oh, it's just glad to be over with. We don't hear about foreskins or dead skins anymore. But now you have Tommies and, Commandos and all this other stupid stuff is going to come up now because they didn't think the name through. So it's just very disappointing. So I'll leave it at that. Just not happy in general.
Gotcha. Oh, I figured out.
Man.
I figured out what happened here. I figured out what happened here. Three-peat, thanks for your comments and bearing with us.
Yeah.
And
and bearing with us especially. But we hear you. We hear you on that stuff.
By the way, hold on a second. I have figured out. I still messed up the sound coming in from Discord. I've now overlapped it on your channel, John, and that might be why it messed up for you.
That might be why I couldn't hear it.
So let me fix that. Yeah, so let me fix that. And while we're talking about that, John is going to continue more about his Warthogs demonstration in the edge of the end zone for the games.
We could, man. I can't wait for the first flyover if we don't have Warthogs going over the stadium instead of those. What was that at the Tampa Bay game last year? And we had like, it wasn't even like the presidential helicopter. It was like helicopters for like smaller dignitaries going between the White House and Camp David. That's what we had for the flyover.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, dude.
What the world?
All right, I think I've got them back on their own channel now. So who wants to come on next? Text in the peanut gallery.
Hold on. One more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is going back a little bit for people that are basketball fans. The Washington Bullets became the Washington Wizards, which I think is one of the worst nicknames in sports.
Oh, yeah. It could have gotten worse.
I think Commanders, it could have been much worse than Commanders. And it's the Jets. It's the Dolphins. It's the Giants. It's just a generic name.
Yeah, I started hating the name when they first released it, and it kind of settled in, the stages of grief. And then I started thinking, what if none of these teams that we're used to knowing for our entire lives, they just named it that day today? Jets, Browns, Bengals, Rams.
The Browns, man. They're named after someone's last name.
The Dolphins, the Giants, the like almost any of them. There's only a handful that I'd be like, oh, that's super
the Colts.
Cool. Yeah.
The Houston Texans. Then you're getting into like Washington Nationals and Washington Capitals.
They're naming us after
that neighborhood.
They're naming us after baby horses. I mean, come on. So it's not that bad. All right. Sorry, Sean the sixth said he's ready to come on. So let's see if it works.
Sweet.
I think he can unmute himself. I hope. Sean, you on? Uh-oh. I don't hear him again.
Come on, Aaron.
Hold on, Sean. Hold on. Give me one more chance. Third time's the charm. It says, voice, okay. I need, okay, hold on. Sean, try now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes!
Yeah!
Woohoo!
All right.
I wiggled the wire and you're on, dude.
Sweet.
Now I know, Sean, before you get into this, I know you were really taking this pretty hard today, and you and I'll let you talk. Go ahead.
So yeah, I mean, it really sucks. And coming from like more of a design perspective, like they literally spent 18 months going to like the most basic thing. They literally took the Washington football team logo and put some slits in it, put a little outline on it. It's pretty much like slapping a dang on Band-Aid on a wound. And as far as the Commander's crest, whatever, like all they did is put a bunch of words and symbols together and put it in a little circle, and it said, you know what? That's our logo. That's it, boys.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
That's it. That's our
dude,
first logo right there.
You've got a good point on the W that we didn't even bring up. First of all, I was like, they showed it, and I was like, well, where's the logo? Because all they're showing is the W. And like you said, it's like the same W with some slits on it for that, like, I guess, stencil style. Is that what they're going for on that too?
It's a military-esque style.
But yeah, it was. Yeah, I was kind of like, well, where's the actual logo? Like, where's our commander? Like, did they not design a commander? There's no like actual commander dude or anything.
So
I haven't seen the tank with the pig on it
better
yet.
with it if they actually had an actual logo or even another team name. Like I know a lot of people aren't a fan of the Wizards, but I like I like the name the Wizards, but it still encompasses a lot of stuff about DC, like their jerseys.
Right.
Yes. The DC
like
jerseys
the flag,
that they had
right?
looked like the monuments.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, there's other ways to tie yourself into the city, and just being like, oh, you know what? There's a bunch of military guys in DC. You know, forget about the rest of the history. We're just gonna focus on one demographic.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
but
a really good point too.
I was thinking about that though, and I think it is cool that they're trying to honor the military, because are there any other teams that honor the military in this league?
Not really. Every team does, but with the flyovers, but not the same as I guess what we're going to be doing here.
So I spent time in the military, right? And
right, yeah.
The whole NFL honors the military in the month of November. I mean, that was kind of my thought. Like, I wanted an actual team. Like, if I wanted to root for a military, I'd go root for Army, which I do. But
yeah,
you know,
but
my NFL team, I wanted to be like, you know, like go Warthogs, Bert, first down, Bert. You know.
Okay, I got you. Burp. It's all like Pumbaa noises, like don't stand upwind of me, or is it downwind?
No, it's the sound of the machine gun.
Oh, machine gun. I thought you were talking about like Pumbaa from The Lion King with like warthogs.
No, you were talking about in front of the A10, like the warthog, like that massive gun.
Sorry, dude. I thought that was a fart sound you were making.
No, it's like, touchdown, Bert.
That's what I thought. That's what I figured out eventually.
Chen in Nova Scotia says Bert is the sound of a gun going off. It's normal military jargon. Well, we can tell how much time I've spent in the military. So, okay.
That would be 0% for either one. Either one of us.
So here's my question for you, Sean the Six. Over the course of the day, have you gone through any stages of grief? Has it settled in? Or are you still feeling like you're jumping out?
I don't know, man. Like, for me, I just, as a fan, it just feels like a giant slap in the face from the ownership and the organization. And I don't know if I'm going to associate myself and my money with an owner who literally just says, you know what, fans, I know like this is what you wanted and you wanted something great, but this is what you're going to get and you're going to like it.
Oh, yeah.
This is what you get. Yeah, and you're going to like it. Yep.
You know, my wife was pointing out today, there's nothing that says we have to buy all this new gear and everything. We can just show up in our Redskins stuff. We can just cheer in our Redskins.
I think my goal moving forward right now is I'm going to root for Washington, but as far as like a diehard fanship, I don't know. I think I might shop elsewhere.
Man.
All right. He's still feeling that way. I thought he might calm down a little bit. Okay. Well, we'll give it some time. And even if you jump ship, unless it's to the Cowboys, you can still hang out with us.
Or the Eagles.
Or the Eagles. Or the Giants.
NFC East off limits.
Yeah, NFC East off limits. And I'll be revoking your moderatorship momentarily. Just kidding. All right, dude. Take it easy, and I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Hopefully things will get better with the whole thing. After I mean, we just found out officially about this morning, and it's. Yeah.
Well, I know if we start winning, it'll get better, and no one will care about the name.
Yeah.
All right. Who's up next? Text in the room if you guys are ready to come on. Who is Chen ready to come on? Chen in Nova Scotia, are you ready to come on? Are you coming on this thing? We've got Firefly in here from Scotland. What is it? 1 a.m. there? He's still in?
Almost 1 a.m.
Did you guys hear me at all? Yeah, we heard you, 3-Pete. We got you on here. It just took me a minute to wiggle.
Yeah, dude.
We had to wiggle the wire. Everyone heard you. You're good.
Aaron finally figured it out.
I figured it out.
He says, LOL. I think he was messing with you.
Oh, yeah. I accidentally put you on the same channel as John, and that's why he couldn't hear you. All right. Who else is coming on here? Chen in Nova Scotia? No one else? Are they being mic shy? Oh, Chen's ready. All right, dude. Unmute yourself, dude. You're on. Just unmute yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Number one, hey, thanks for stealing my line.
All right. Sorry about that.
Winning changes everything.
Totally does.
Changes everything. No one's going to give a shit what our name is if you're winning. No one's making fun of you if you're winning. If we're commies, well then great. We'll socialize the fuck out of them. Doesn't matter. That's the thing that people need to understand. You know what? Our team is our team, and we've been watching a doo-doo product for 30 years. We just understand that we're just putting new lipstick on this pig. You still love your team.
Yep.
That's the way you got to look at it. And, you know, plain and simple. Do I like the logos? No. At the same time, when, you know, everyone was saying that the native iconography was bad, I stopped buying the gear. I've still got my Redskins jersey, still got my name on the back, still got my number on it. I got my Washington football team ball cap. That's what I'm going to wear on Sunday. And if they start winning, we win a Super Bowl, yeah, I'll probably buy myself a Super Bowl ball cap. But until then, hey, let's just be competitive. I'll be happy with barely missing the playoffs in a positive record. I'll be happy with beating up on the teams. I'll be happy with just sweeping the cow farts, okay? And 1 and out in the playoffs, I'll be happy with that. I mean, we need to have a stepping stone. That's my take.
All right. Thank you. Yes, that was good. And I still have called that we're going to win a playoff game next year. But anyway, sorry for stealing your line.
Free agency starts in a month. The draft is in 2.5 months.
That's true. So yeah. So anyway, Chen, thanks for coming on here, and I think he's got a pretty. His attitude is what my attitude came around to later in the day, kind of like. Yeah. You know what? Who cares? I don't like the name. Everyone's joking it now because it's new.
It's not the Guardians.
It's not the perfect uniform. It's not the Admirals. It's not the Monarchs, where George Washington himself would have been turning over in the grave. But yeah, it's a good point.
And dude, if we win. People joke us. We'll be like, "What? We commanded your rear end, or whatever it is."
Yeah.
So the joking is going to be in both directions, like it always is. I mean, Dallas Cowgirls, come on, you know.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, Shin, when you were talking on here, I thought about this too. You're talking about the tomahawk chop. Yes. They do all this stuff. They're winning. No one says anything about the Chiefs changing their name. And on that little video that the Today Show showed before our unveiling of our name today, notice they showed the Braves, us, the Indians, but they did not show the Chiefs one bit on that thing. And the Chiefs,
did they?
The Chiefs do all that stuff with the drum, the tomahawk chop, all that stuff, and no one says anything. You know why? Because they win. Well, the Braves won this year, but they haven't changed their name. So, all right. Who else? Anyone else in here? I know Firefly wants to come on from Scotland. And maybe who else was in here from Scotland? Oh, they're not on the live podcast app in here though. It was Raffen Harbord, which I still can't say. Yeah. Shanny's up. Okay. Right. Earl, come on in, dude. Control your own mic.
Can you hear me?
You're on, dude.
There you are. Gotcha, dude.
Oh, you can hear me okay?
Yeah.
I think the thing that really upsets me more than anything else is just that, like, I mean, for how long have we been just the joke in the NFL in terms of, like, Dan Snyder doing stuff, the team being completely mismanaged, and this felt like the one opportunity where they could do something really cool.
Yeah.
And, like...
Shanny?
Yeah.
Did we lose him?
You got me?
Oh, I got you.
Oh, yeah. There he is. Okay,
I don't know where I stopped. I mean, I kind of got on a roll there, but I felt like this was the time where we could really, do something positive. They even screwed up the Sean Taylor retirement, and and the whole thing just seems so second rate, and just they didn't even care. I mean, I remember when like the Caps changed their uniforms, they had more thought put into it than this, and it's just disappointing, the whole thing. But at the end of the day, I mean, I found the Washington football team to be kind of weird and clunky, and I got used to it, and I'm sure I'll get used to this too.
Yeah. It's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was texting with a friend of mine who's a Redskins fan, big Redskins fan. He doesn't come on to I don't know why he doesn't come into the Discord. But he was the same thing. He was like, of course everyone's going to hate it this morning because it's brand new and no one likes changes. And he's a psychiatrist, so he probably sees this stuff a lot. So, he was like, it's fine. The black jerseys are cool. But Josh was kind of the same way. He was like, it's brand new, dudes. Just see what happens. So, I mean, there's stuff I don't like, but it could have been a lot worse. Monarchs, Admirals.
Rubies.
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 I was hoping for Red Hogs, but that didn't happen.
I wanted to see the Warthogs or DCFC.
Yeah. But the thing that I keep going over with, I still think we're going to improve next year, dude. Even without getting a new quarterback, which I know we're probably going to, we're now going to be playing the third place schedule, not the first place schedule where we won the same amount of games as we did the year before when we were playing. What place schedule were we playing the year before? Third, fourth?
The year before was third or fourth. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Fourth. And last year was first, so this year we're going to be in third place.
Yeah, so I think we're going to do even better. I mean, I don't see how we can't do better. With, we had the hardest schedule in the league last year. I'm not saying that. That's what like Pro Football Focus and those people were saying. So, Chase is starting to concern me a little bit. Shanny, I'm on there with you. All right.
We have to see how that goes with him getting out of that.
All right.
Getting moving.
Who's up next? We still haven't heard from Firefly. Green Bearded Dragon is hanging out. Harafin Harbor, which I can't say your name. I'm sorry. Ian 28 is in. Harbard is in there.
Yeah, just call him Harbard.
Chin, you already had. Give someone else a chance, Chin. You can go for seconds. It's like my brother Bay at dinner. You can go again if no one else wants to. No one else. Going once, going twice. All right, Chin, you're back up, and then we're gonna round this out. Unless he's kidding. He might be kidding.
I think he might just be kidding.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's all I want to talk about for this episode, which was a lot of talk about fashion and how.
Let's talk about fashion.
Oh, Green Bearded. Wait, Green Bearded wants to go. What?
Is he?
No, he's not. He's not. That's Shanny like.
No,
pushing him out
he
of the
said
line.
today. He said he can go. If you move up a few.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I can go.
Let's go. Come on, dude. Unmute yourself.
Yeah,
You're on.
If you wanna.
Hey.
There's Green Bearded Dragon.
Hey, there we go.
What's up?
Hey. So yeah, my little input is I am neutral towards the name. I think it's fine. It's not a big deal either way. Of course, people can always find ways to make fun of a team, I think. So you're always gonna have those issues. And then I think my biggest problem was I hated the rollout. It was awful. I literally got up, made sure I threw on the Today Show, which I never do. Like, turned it on, was excited. I was like, it's gonna be this big thing. They'll like throw smoke or something, and maybe have a few players come out into the field, like play some like music. I don't care if there's nobody there. Last season, 2020, they dealt with nobody in the stands, and they could still pump themselves up. So. Why couldn't they do something where it's just like, I mean, of course I would have loved to have been there too, but why would they not like have a big theatrics of it?
Yeah,
so,
that's a good
I really
point.
hope that they're going to do that.
Yeah.
I really hope they're going to do that on Friday with the whatever they're doing at FedEx Field with fans. I'm really hoping they're going to do something with that because, man, it was just like, what do you think, Doug? Doug's like, it's the Commanders.
I know, like,
and he's saying it all like, and I don't like this name.
Yeah, like they didn't even discuss who was going to actually say what. It's just like, oh, you say it. No, you say it. No, you say it. And then I was kind of the same way. Like, why didn't they have a stage set up? Like they always have cheesy bands set up during games that no one wants to hear. Why didn't they have something set up, a big display thing set up with some smoke and lights and have more than one player? One player is all they could get out for this thing. One.
Yeah.
One player and Doug Williams.
And sitting in a director's chair. And Joe Theismann, who just craves attention so much, he changed his name to rhyme with Heisman. I mean, those are some good points. But those are good points.
The positive notes are, I'll root for this team no matter what. They're my team. I'm 30 years old. I've lived through all the up and downs. The other positive note is, or the main positive is that the mayor of DC seems to want them back, which is a good sign now that they've changed their name.
And that is a really good
will
point.
be back at JFK. So.
That really is a good point because, there was all that politics involved before with getting them back to DC, and we all know we're sick of going to Landover.
Sick of going to Maryland.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Although they're talking about putting right now the lead place for the stadium so far, and there's nothing advanced with it, but it looks like right now in Northern Virginia, but nothing is at all in stone. So there's a lot of stuff going on around. So maybe Northern Virginia, just tear down RFK and build it there. I know it's federal land as there's so much more having to deal with that land than trying to buy a bunch of land like in Northern Virginia. But
dude,
boy, that would be fantastic to have the team back there again.
We didn't talk about this though. Do you think part of that whole military theme is to, try to get back onto the federal land? Like, hey, we're doing, military.
That's an interesting point.
Maybe. I don't know. Just thought of that.
Anyway,
anyone else want to go before we wrap this thing out? We're almost at an hour here.
And thanks, Green Bearded Dragon, and
Yes.
everybody else so far. Chen, Shanny.
Yeah, thanks everyone. I think that,
of course.
I think that's pretty much everyone.
Hello,
That's,
can
you
you
know.
hear me?
Oh well, who's here?
Oh.
Who is it?
It's fine.
Oh, there he goes.
It's Firefly at 2 a.m. Still up. All right.
I'm still up because I've been an emotional roller coaster all day today about
Oh.
this stuff. Basically, earlier on today, my thoughts were, wow, well, I don't know if I can swear, but F this. This sucks.
Well, Chen in Nova Scotia already did, so you know.
yeah, we had to E this one.
We try to keep it. We try to keep it clean for the kiddies, but you know, this one's getting the.
So,
Thanks a lot,
this
Chen.
one gets to E.
where I've come from this afternoon, from when it was announced, was that I had kind of got myself psyched up because we've been the team with no name. Even though I got used to the football team, I wasn't like into it. So I kind of got myself hyped up that today was the day I'd be able to go on to NFL Europe or whatever, get my merchandise, and then I seen the merchandise and I was like, fuck. I mean, what you were saying, like what everyone's been saying, you know, you can, I mean, the burgundy and gold is fine, apart from the stupid, like, Commanders, like, mega font above the number.
Yeah.
So I'm nitpicking at that. I'm looking at that white monstrosity and I'm thinking, what the fuck is that? And then the black one, I don't know. The black one, I was just not feeling it. It's too different.
It looks
for
really
me, I
cool,
think,
but
at
it
this moment in
looks
time.
just like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Yeah.
Basically, where I've got from there, and I hope I'm not speaking too fast for everyone to be able to understand me, but where I've got to from there is that jerseys will change over time and they'll get it right. And, well, we're the Commanders now. It's not as if... I mean, technically, I was like, well, I'm living over in Scotland. I don't really need to worry about, you know, I don't come from the Washington area. I'm totally different from most of the people that will be listening to this. I could just change, but I mean, it's hard to like pull yourself away from that because you've been supporting the team for like maybe 20 years.
It's your team, man. Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah. It's your team. I just couldn't imagine going to watch on a Sunday in September and be rooting for some other team.
And that's why you're not a Cowboys fan.
Even though the owner sucks, we sucked for so long, I'm still coming back for the next season watching the Commanders, I guess. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, there's the whole loyalty thing. Like, people wouldn't be listening to our little podcast if they weren't loyal to the team. I mean, really. I mean, people in here are from all over the world. I mean, and they always have been. We've had a lot of more people from overseas and military people stationed, you know, across the world listening to our podcast. I guess they've always said just because we're like on here just talking like fans, not trying to be some sportscaster people.
Not being like Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean,
crazy like that. Yeah, usually.
There's this whole weird loyalty thing with people and their sports teams that you can't. It's like a bad relationship that you can't get out of.
That you can't get.
And when you're about to jump, something good happens. Like you win some games, and then you're like, okay, well, I'll stick around. And and then you have the bandwagon jumpers that are probably the people that you don't want a long-term relationship with anyway. It's so weird. It's the whole loyalty.
But you gotta stay loyal to your team.
Yeah,
no matter the crappy owners, no matter if you have crappy coaches or GMs or whoever it is in charge of it, man. It's just you got to stick with your team, because what you're rooting for the guys that are on the field. You're not rooting for the owners. You're not rooting for the GM, and you're kind of rooting for the coach because he's out there on the field, on the side of the field. But I mean, there's 22 guys that are on the field battling it together, and you're rooting for those guys because they're giving it. Most of those guys are giving it 100%.
Yep.
So that's you know,
they've picked up the torch from the tradition of the team, and they're carrying it forward. So
yeah.
Anyway, anyone else in the live podcast want to come on? Anyone? Last chance. Here's looking at you, Ruffin Harbord. Okay, that's it. Anyway, thanks everyone for coming on and airing your grievances, so to speak. And thoughts.
It's like, dude, like you said, it's like the 5 stages of grief. Going through all this stuff with stupid commies and I can't stand. I just hate the team and blah blah blah. You know, I guess eventually you got to get to a realization of it.
Sean the Sixth will come around. Don't worry about him, guys. Anyway, I think
he's on here. He's probably gonna be like, no way, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna round this thing out, dude.
Yeah.
Sean's typing right now. I'd like to give a shout out to everyone that joined us on the show today. Three-Peat, Chin Nova Scotia, Firefly, Green Bearded Dragon, Ruffin Harbord, Shanny, Harbard, Sean the Sixth. Everyone watching on YouTube, thank you. I'll try to get my camera fixed for next week so you guys can see my
one day we will get everything to work. 100%.
One day. Hey, we got people actually on the air today, like 5, 6, 7 people.
Oh man, eventually, yeah. Not bad. Not bad.
You can reach us on Twitter at Harry Hogg. The Discord room, if you want to come on the show, discord.gg/ the easy one, tinyurl.com/HarryHF. Call and leave a message on the Hog line, 202-735-1788. Email us, hhfpodcast@gmail.com. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. Twitter at Harry Hogg, HARRY Hogg.
I think that about rounds it out. We'll probably come at you again next week, unless we decide to take the week off because we're lazy. Anyway, we'll see you in the Discord room. Hail to the Redskins, Commanders.
Yeah.
And if you see a Cowboys fan,
hail to the Commanders. And if you see a Cowboys fan, joke him.
Joke him. Bye-bye.